So you want to get motivated? Well, you've come to the right place. I'm going to help you with that. But a disclaimer, different things work for different people. I'm just going to list a couple of things you can try, and I suggest you watch the whole video and then see for yourself what works for you. State change. State change is something I learned from Tony Robbins when I was at UPW, this big festival that people go to improve their lives. And one of the major things we learned there was like state change. Get up from your couch or from your chair, wherever you're sitting, stand up and make some kind of move. Basically a power pose or something, or maybe something like this. And when you're doing this, try to think about a positive time. Maybe you saw a performance of somebody. Maybe you heard a piece of music. Think about that time. Maybe it was a friend of yours who played really well. Something that excites you. And this in and itself can help you to get motivated. Simplify. So what often happens at some point in your piano practicing career, you will come to a point where you find a difficult piece, something that you look up against. And this can be either conscious or unconscious. Sometimes you don't really think about like, oh, this is a lot. This is going to be a difficult piece for me to integrate into my piano practice. And you see yourself on stage and you want to get there and play all those great pieces, but you don't quite know how to get there. You do not quite know how to make the steps toward that. And that's what is wrong. So what you need to think about is really cutting up the steps. And you don't have to know all the steps, you just have to know the first step, the first next step of the thing you are going to practice. So for example, if you want to learn the whole song Maroon 5 and you've been dabbling in the chorus but you haven't tried the verse or the break, you might just say to yourself, I want to start on the verse today. I just want to get those first lines. Because what tends to happen at this point is that if you make a very small goal that's very attainable, then you're way more likely to actually go to the piano and start practicing and achieving that small goal. And you're also likely to stay at the piano once you're done with that goal. And you might actually end up practicing the whole verse, or maybe even start on the bridge of the song. And this can also be related to practicing something difficult. And that brings me to my next point. Find the zone. This is actually something I learned from game design. If you want to create a game, you want players to have a level of skill that's neither too difficult or too easy. And for piano playing, it's the same. If it's too easy, you get bored. And it's too difficult, you get overwhelmed. So that kind of gives you a clue of where you are at. If you are overwhelmed by trying to play a piece, try to simplify it like I explained in the last step. Try to cut it up, make it simpler for yourself. And if it's too easy, you might need to try something more complex. If you're like, oh no, that's boring, you might need to. And if you're in between those, you get in that zone and it will feel great to learn something new. This of course is related to anything you want to learn, but let's try to focus on piano playing here. Because this next step is probably more unique to piano playing. It is a way to relax. So bear with me here. If you are playing on the piano and you're playing a beautiful piece, you can be in that zone. You can really let go. Especially if you are able to improvise, play chords, just do whatever you want on the piano. You really can feel that great feeling of playing the piano. It's an emotional expression. It's a great feeling. It can probably feel great for you as well. And if not, it still can feel great to practice. I've been sick in the last 2 weeks and I never played more piano than in the last 2 weeks. Because I really see it as an escape. something to do when I'm down, when I'm really tired. I can rest at the piano. For sure, it's a better alternative than social media or binge watching Netflix. I mean, I do progress at piano playing, and it is like a meditation, because if you are in that zone, you don't really have time to think about all the things you worry about, because you have to focus a little bit at least on that piano playing. That makes it kind of a meditative practice, mindful practice. And anything that is mindful, and this can be 1,000 different things, anything that is mindful, that you have to focus enough on to keep you thinking about the task, but not too much that you get stressed out about it. And piano playing is really perfect for this. And this helps you to clear your head, to become more relaxed. There's actually some science to back this up. I've copied the links to some articles below. Hearing music is really obviously relaxes people, but making music relaxes people as well. I have this article, 7 ways music can help reduce stress and anxiety. It's an interesting article, you should check it out. I think 4 methods is probably enough for you to get started on thinking about how to motivate yourself on the piano. There's other ways. You still have the 5 whys and get a coach or a teacher, or try to make money by playing the piano. Once you make some money by playing the piano, you really get motivated a lot more. I'll assure you that. And there's more ways. But let me know in the comments if you want me to talk more about stuff like this. I think this video has been long enough. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.